Words are powerful. Words have power. I mean, how many of us have ever heard a lie that was told so often again and again that eventually you began to believe it? Case in point, the most recent presidential election. I'm not getting political. It doesn't matter who you would have voted for. But our current president of the United States single-handedly took out everyone in the primary and then won the general election because he assigned his opponent an identity. Ted Cruz became Lying Ted. Marco Rubio was Little Marco. Jeb Bush was Low Energy Jeb. Then we had crazy Bernie, right? And then eventually, Crooked Hillary. And that same thing happens within these four walls. I said it earlier that words have power. And so somebody assigns somebody else an identity. Hey man, did you hear that thing about Sally? Come here. Hey man, did you hear that thing about Brad? Come here. And so it begins to spread and it spreads and it spreads until it becomes their identity. And so Brad and Sally, they're walking around and they're okay. It doesn't bother them. Oh man, that's not the truth. And they have on their smiles. They're fake smiles. Until they get home. They get off the bus. And Brad gets off the bus and says, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. And he starts walking down the street towards his house. Alone. And he opens up that front door and he goes in. He walks into the dining room. He puts his books down on the dining room table. He looks up. And he sees that mirror. Although he no longer recognizes the reflection that's staring back at him anymore. And Sally, she gets home. And she used to be the most popular girl in school until a boy started a rumor about her. And then all her friends left. Started teasing her and bullying her. And she gets home and she says, hey, thanks for the ride. I'll see you tomorrow. And she goes and opens up the front door. And as she closes behind her, she leans back against that door. And a tear begins to fall down her face. And she's from a single family home. And she walks in and she sees a note there. Hey, sweetheart. Had to pick up an extra shift. Dinner's in the fridge. Love, Mom. She goes up the stairs into her bedroom, and as she opens up the door to their bedroom and walks inside, she puts her books down on the dresser and she looks up, and there, outlining that mirror in front of her, is all her school pictures from the time she was in kindergarten, all up until now. And as she looks, she sees her beautiful little smile and her curls from when she was in kindergarten, and it makes her smile for a second, and she's looking around, and she has great memories, and then she focuses on the girl staring back at her in the mirror. And she doesn't like what she sees. And Brad, he's looking into the mirror and he goes, you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe I don't have value. Maybe I am worthless. And Sally, she's looking at all the pictures and she's smiling and connects with herself in the mirror, and she goes, you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe this world would be better off without me. And so what started out as a lie eventually became the truth. And fact became fiction. And fiction became fact. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It has been an honor sharing with you, but I want to leave you with this. I have experienced a lot of life over the last 35 years, and if there is one thing that I know is true beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's that you have a purpose and you are valuable, and that hope is everlasting. Hope is the one thing that despite the car accident and my broken back and the cancer and the 12 surgeries and even my attempted suicide could not be taken from me. Hope is something you willingly have to give up. And my hope and prayer is that you would realize what a miracle you are sitting in that chair today. Thank you so much for having me. God bless you. Thank you.